Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. We are out of the bunker. Zero dark 30 here this morning. Yeah, we're having some trouble with the whole YouTube thing, but that's okay. We'll do this format anyway. Oh, yeah. By the way, this is all satire. Nothing is to be taken seriously. It's one big fat joke. Well, I guess we can't say fat anymore, can we? Because all of us fatties would get our feelings upset if people saw how fat we were. Well, I guess I'm fat. Well, according to the doctors, I am. In fact, I think I am considered morbidly obese, according to physicians. But, I don't believe physicians anymore because they say the Jim Jones juice is perfectly safe, very effective. Oh, yes, it's both safe and effective. Why don't you get some extra stuff? Well, I know there's a lot of doctors that are trying to fight that, but that's not what we're talking about here. On this particular show, we're talking about, well, Biden taking things seriously. And I thought, seriously? Yes, folks, 30 Democrats have decided to step up and say, Biden, you better get serious about what you're doing with Russia, or you're going to risk nuclear war. And I thought to myself, this sounds just about right. I mean, how could the President of the United States get into all of this? He's been there for 2 years now. In fact, Biden's whole life has been sucking off the public tit for money and enriching himself. And he doesn't take it seriously? Does he think this is a big soap opera playing out for his benefit, for his personal enjoyment? Is this? Yes, folks. That's how these Democrats see everything. They are sophomoric, as well as soft between the ears. Literally, folks, look at everything they do. They treat the entire world like it's a soap opera, like it's a big fat joke, right? They treat their enemies as if they can destroy them with a mere word. And they try using mere words, folks. They treat their allies like tools, useful idiots. They treat money as if it grows on trees, which to them it actually does, and there's no consequence for all of their policies. All of their money policies, all of their spending policies. Everything to them is a big joke. Well, I mean, it's amazing. 30 Democrats have realized, wait a minute, this could be real. We could end up with nuclear war. We could end up with thousands, tens of thousands, even millions of people dying if there is a limited nuclear exchange. This isn't a joke. It's not a game. But to them, it's almost as if they treat life like a game. And I don't mean a game in a philosophical sense, but rather in a childlike sense. Like there's no real consequences for what they do. They grow up and they can leave office and just go spend their money if they get kicked out, if they retire. And they're like, okay, that was fun. What's next? These people have no concept of what's happening in the world. It would seem they want their way or no way. And that's why, folks, when I say they're about getting their way or leaving scorched earth behind them, what do they care? They'll destroy everyone and everything if they don't get their way, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. And you and I, we discuss it daily. Daily. What they're doing to the children, the education system, the legal system, the economic system, the monetary system. They just bring on destruction everywhere, and they're happy for it. And that's why I look at, what they're doing with Ukraine and Russia and the state of affairs nationally having to do with the European Union. In fact, the European Union leaders are just as guilty as DC and Biden and the Democrats. They treat it like it's a game. They treat it like there's no real consequences, like they can just hit the reset button and start again and do over. And we can insult the hell out of other leaders and countries and peoples. Oh, but don't you dare say anything against their protected special groups. The lefties, ooh, no, you can't make fun of their protected people who are allowed to attack us, quite literally, in the streets if they see you. They're going to attack. It's happened, it's going to continue to happen until we put an end to it. We meaning us as individuals and collectively. Right? Everything to them is so serious that it warrants death and attacks and destruction. Yet they treat it like a game. Right? They approach it from, I'm going to try this and see how this works. And I'm going to try that and see how that works, because I don't care what the consequences are. Sanctioning. They've been sanctioning Russia for years. So let's sanction everyone, everything, start stealing property, and then pretend to be morally outraged. Remember these Joe Biden speeches? Yeah, we're going after all of the Russians. Yeah. Good job. They haven't, it almost seems like an entire lifetime. And for the younger Democrats, they're short adult lifetimes. They have no idea of consequences. And then I realized, holy shit, these millennials are in their 40s now, their early 40s. They've got half a lifetime of being the trophy generation and never feeling any consequences for their actions. Right? You have to win. Everyone's a winner. Remember that? Everyone gets a participation trophy. No trophies for just the winners. You don't really have to try. Everyone's going to clap and applaud and tell you how smart and good and super you are. It's the same mentality. Right? And for Democrats in politics, when they're told no, they get told no. And they get told they're not winners when something called an election happens. And boy, do they throw a fit. Boy, do they get mad. We can't have that. What? I lost? Impossible. Everyone's a winner. And it's that same mentality. Everyone's a winner. Right? Meaning, or being reflected in life by Democrat policies of handing your money over to these people, because everyone's a winner. Everyone gets a piece of the pie, and they should all be equal pieces of the pie. And if you have a bigger piece and you worked harder, well, too bad. But I want to drop back and just look closely at what was said to Biden. Right? Better wake up. Better pay attention there, Biden. 30 Democrats are even saying, hey, there's consequences. What are you doing? It's scary times, folks. Because essentially they're saying, you're not seeing reality. That's scary. It's not just that he's sitting in the mayor's office in some metropolis pretending to solve the world's problems. It's not just that he's a governor or even the leader of a nation that's inconsequential. Right? He is the president of the United States. And while he knows that that's his job, he probably doesn't grasp or doesn't care, or a combination of both not grasping and not caring. He's lived his whole life. He's sniffed a million heads. Right? And there's no real penalty for anything he's ever done wrong. These people make horrible decisions that affect millions and billions of lives. And they don't care about the negative consequences because they want their rules in place. They want to be the dictators of the world. And they're trying to dictate to others who don't want to be controlled, right? Because Russia believes it's independent of the US and NATO and Europe. And he is. Well, at least he thinks he is. And he's able to act as if he is. And that is pissing off these World Economic Forum oligarchs, these leaders who think they own the world. So here we are, folks. Are we facing and risking World War III, nuclear war? Yeah, we're risking that. Not you and me, but we as a civilization. And not because we as the people want it, but because the leaders or those who have authority, yeah, they're the ones risking it, not us. Are you prepared in case the worst case scenario comes true? I mean, the worst case is we're all just cooked to a crisp like pieces of bacon or chicken. But there could be limited nuclear attacks on top of all the other world problems we have. Are you prepared for it and for the consequences of that, and the fear and the terror and the horror? Now, it's hard for any of us to be fully prepared 100% for all of that because we've never experienced it. But at least you're aware and as prepared as possible. I didn't create these circumstances. I didn't create this problem. I'm just talking to you about it. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Semper Fi also. And Godspeed.